Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. Adrian Miller summons the darkness as guest co-host. Kevin Rupert is back to add into the fun, and first-timer John Eulery gets confused by Satan and the Dungeon Master. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
In nomine Deus nostri, nos Satanas Luciferi excelsi, by all the gods of the pit, I command that these things of which I speak shall come to pass. Come forth and answer to your names by manifesting my desires.
Okay.
Some more Earl Grey? Some more Earl Grey, please? Blood of Earl Grey.
You need more Earl Grey. Hey, welcome back
Welcome to the Lucifer Hour.
Yeah, we're in hell.
Happy Halloween, y'all, and/or Samhain for my witches.
Thank you, Patrick. Hey, welcome back to the Live Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with my lovely vampiress. Is that a proper term, or is that outdated sexist vampire?
I will allow it.
Okay. Adrian Miller still in. Mr. Stone King had to go because we had to make room for first timer John Eulery.
First time. Thanks for having me on, Don. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know how you missed so many times before. I guess I've seen your comedy. No.
Yeah, I know. I took the hint. Don't worry.
No, it's good to have you in. It's always good
Thank
to
you.
see new faces in here, just because, the old stale faces like Rupert.
Yeah,
I mean,
this guy.
he's been in here so many times. Hey, Kevin Rupert's back.
Hey, what's up, Don? How's it going, man?
It's going fantastic. I can barely...
I'm
on
over
the
here.
other side.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, there he is. There he is.
It's like Wilson
doing-
from Home Improvement.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Yes, Wilson Rupert. or Kevin Wilson. I don't know.
Like LeVay, he's keeping things mysterious.
Right.
Absolutely. Just enjoying the satanic verses.
Yes,
That's
yes.
right.
Thank you for that.
That's
Taking it in.
right.
It's good to start a show or start a
It's good to
segment
start with a prayer.
With a prayer.
You know, I think
Yeah.
that I believe in the power of prawer. I think we all believe in the
Absolutely.
power of
After
prayer,
that,
right?
I do.
Yes. And it's perfect timing because Dwight McCormick is listening.
Oh, no. Sorry, Dwight.
Hey, Dwight. We're just reading
Oh,
some
that
things
is-
out of
that's
the
hilarious.
bad book.
It's tongue-in-cheek.
But just doing some ecumenical work here.
I just noticed he was on there.
I bet
That's
he's the only
hilarious.
one laughing about that.
Oh, I'm sure he is because
the ecumenical stuff is.
I always
anyway.
love when Dwight's in the audience and I'm doing some of my religious material on stage because I love to hear his feedback from that.
Do you like turn to him? Do you like know where he is, like a homing beacon?
No,
And then
I
just
try not to
right
do
when
that
you're about
because,
to say
you
it,
know,
you're like,
yeah.
"Oh, how are we doing, guys? You're doing great."
Yeah.
Anyway, so Noah.
Yeah, what's the deal with pews? What's that about?
What is the deal?
Let's go real hacky with it.
Hey, we have
gotta nail
some
the
of these
game.
from Mr. Stone King to give away too. If anybody wants to,
Yeah, we have more.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
next.
wow.
Yeah, so we have
You're
some stuff
next.
to give away. Yeah. Oh, Adrian's
Also,
next too. We're coming down next. Yeah.
We got continuing the Satan train.
Yes. Yeah.
Hop on.
Wait, is that the
Hop on
title of the
Satan
album? Or is that,
train.
is that the title track?
No. To win your free cucumbers.
Actually, it was suddenly
no,
last summer.
Where are we? 937-775-5555 or pipe up. Say something on Facebook Live on the Life Radio Show's feed. You know,
Land
if
of
you're listening, you
Illusion.
already know that. Yeah, we're giving away Land of Illusion
In
tickets.
magical
we have one more pair.
Middletown.
We have one more pair. The Land of Delusion.
One more left.
Oh no, Land of Illusion.
Freudian slip.
One more pair.
We
One more
have
pair.
unlimited seats to the land of delusion.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are wide open. Those tickets
Wide
don't really
open.
cost a lot.
You almost
too. Now,
might
the Land
say-
of Hallucination, those tickets can be a little more expensive.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
well, that's why they're expensive. You have to be able to get those. You have to have
Yeah.
a good source too that you can trust because you don't want to do drugs that you were given to you just by anybody. You know.
Are you sure
That's
about
true.
that? Drugs are expensive.
Dibs goes to Holly. Holly did. Are you wanting the CD? Holly, you get the CD and the last pair of tickets. There.
Bonus.
Yes, because it says Holly's got dibs, but I don't know. You know, I don't know who. I don't know which dibs on what. If she wanted the CD or if she wanted the tickets, so she's got both now. So
Well,
Yeah.
that's our
Nice.
fault. We should have given like an emoji call out. Is what you should do. Like
Yeah,
you know you have like those
give
polls
an
where
angry
you're like
face if you want
if you
give
like
the
yeah.
land of delusion tickets.
Yes.
Give a happy face if you want Mr. Stone King. You're next, or a scared face. I don't know. Give a sad face if you want Land of Illusion tickets.
Give
And-
a sad face if you want to go take a trip to Middletown.
Sorry, we've upset all the Middletonians. Would that
I'm
be
sorry.
All three of
Middletonians or
Middle.
Yeah.
Middle-
I think that's correct.
Middletonese.
Middletonians.
Middlets?
I'm sure they speak that
We'll call them Middlets.
in
Midlets.
Midlets.
Niblets.
Midlets.
Maybe it's their mascot is Middies, so that may be the. I don't know if that's correct. What you call people from Middletown?
I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know. I don't
maybe.
know.
Isn't our middies like midshipmen?
that could,
I
that may
don't-
be.
You're like,
I just
maybe?
assume everything's a nautical term. I'm sorry. That's just
I mean, I thought it was Middletonians. That was my initial assumption.
Middletonians. It sounds too fancy though, doesn't it?
It does a little bit,
Yeah,
yeah,
a little
for,
bit.
for Middletown, definitely.
Weird.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
it has Tony in the. It's like oh, you're not Tony, okay?
Right.
You're not Tony Middletown.
Yeah, Tony's not white trash name enough for that town.
Exactly. Middies, middles.
Well, maybe if it's with an I.
midlets.
With
That
a
is
heart over the
wrong. I
eye.
am so sorry. What's that?
With a heart over the eye.
Right, exactly. That's the only way to spell that. A CD. Okay, well you get a CD. Did she didn't want the tickets to the Land of Illusion? That's what's that? Oh, Star wants a CD as well. Okay, Star gets a CD.
She's
Absolutely.
not a fan of
yeah.
Phil Collins, apparently.
What's that?
Land of Illusion, she's not a fan of Phil Collins. Is that the
Yeah,
problem?
Oh,
I think that's what it is.
Burn.
Yeah, and all of these will probably be at Wiley's this weekend if I remember to bring them. Well, I don't even know when the tickets are good for. Is it just is it the whole thing? Don't know. Oh, okay. So they're good for a while still. So yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Still got a few weeks in Halloween, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get your
That's okay.
spook
We already
on.
had one, Pat. That's okay. We'll get it sorted out.
Like a spokesperson.
Now that
probably.
we shouldn't take
Get
care
your
of all this
spook
kind of
on,
business while we're on the
guys.
air. This would be. I don't know. Where are we? Hey, Kevin Rupert's here.
What's up? What's
So
up,
is
guys?
John,
I'm
how
still
long-
here.
You're still here, yeah. Well,
You're
I
still
can't
here.
see Kevin, so
Oh, it's
I just have to acknowledge that he's still here every now and then, or I won't believe it.
Yeah.
It's okay now.
Just
you can't be
remind
seen on the
people.
on the
Oh man,
camera.
it's catch 22.
Exactly. Well, I can look over here at the jumbotron.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, just
Kevin's afraid of eye
Oh, yeah,
contact
he's here.
anyways. It's fine.
Yeah.
it's true.
So,
A
John,
little-
what's happening? How long have you been performing comedy?
I just passed a year last month.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty
deal,
good. Started, September last year, first time at Wiley's. It went way too good for the first time, which no
Yeah.
one's ever said, and then took off from there and just went downhill.
Oh yeah, it does that. It
Yeah,
does
no
that.
one
That's-
tells you that your
I-
first time. Everyone's
I-
very supportive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Claps for everything.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me once that one of the worst things that can happen your first time up is for you to do really well.
Yeah.
Because then it just builds your expectations up, and you
You get a
die
taste.
that much harder.
Oh,
when
yeah.
it
The
goes.
second time at
Yeah.
Wiley's, I got my knees cut
Oh,
right
yeah.
down. It's like, wow, this is humbling.
Yes, that definitely happens.
Well, it sometimes doesn't help that a person brings you up and says, "Now, welcome my very funny friend," and you're like, "This is only my second time, like performing
Really
here."
setting the bar there.
Yeah, like I wish you'd. I actually kind of like that when the bar is set lower before I
Oh,
go
yeah.
up, because I'm just at a level that I'm not like at a level.
You're
So-
like
How
at a
low are we
level where
talking
you're
here?
not like at a
I'm
level.
not at a level. It's like if people said their expectations low, I do well. But if it's like if they said it like, here's this hilarious person, they're from out of town, they're great, and it's like, oh, stop. Mm-hmm.
All right, so if I ever bring you
Done
up,
here,
what you
we're
want us
done
to
here.
do is, all right, this is the least funny person I've ever met.
Yes.
Do not laugh. Whatever you do, for
Just
the love
be like
of God,
she
don't
wandered
laugh.
in here. I don't know what she, but she insisted on coming up. Perfect.
Yep,
Thank
I don't
you.
know who this next person is, so here
Exactly. That's the best.
they are. That's the introduction I want. Just
I don't just
there he is.
I don't know what to tell you. Look at it.
exactly. Make
This
your
dude
own
here.
mind up.
Not some
That
guy.
one guy?
though. Not that
Don't
one
have
guy.
any
You don't want to go up as
expectations.
that one guy. Speaking of that one guy, I have not heard from Butch tonight, and I'm a little concerned. I am. I'm a
Yeah.
little concerned because Butch always listens, especially when there's a female in the room,
Oh.
because that's Butch. He has to ask if you need a sugarless daddy.
Maybe
he asks
he's-
that every
maybe
time.
he's
And he
scared
might
of-
ask for you, John. I don't know.
Maybe I scared him off last time with my witchiness.
It's possible.
And then he
it's
saw
possible.
vampire and he was like, I'm out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went a little dark for Butch. He
You
couldn't
heard-
hang. He couldn't hang anymore.
He couldn't.
He's like, did I
it
tune my
wasn't
radio
the
to
deal-
666? How does this happen?
Yeah.
It wasn't the tasteless
Yep,
Dale Earnhardt jokes.
106.9.
The frog. Wait, what?
The frog. The flog.
The
is
flog,
Actually,
that's the one.
106.669. That's the flog.
Can we talk about some beautiful typography going on?
Oh, that
here
is lovely.
For a
That
second.
is lovely.
I don't
What
know.
Is that, a sex toy? Is
That's
that,
I mean, yeah. I mean, that would hit your G spot real good.
All right,
right
nice.
there.
Well, yeah,
Check
well,
that out.
I'll
Nice
take two.
curve
that's
right
why
there.
I went
Oh,
right
nice.
there. You know.
Yeah. Also, it says indulgence is not a compulsion. So yes, sex toy.
That's okay. I was correct then. I didn't know that
Sex
was a
toy.
catalog.
Indulgence
That's
instead of
actually-
abstinence.
Don knows a
That's
sex toy when
actually
he sees one.
that's not the Satanic Bible. That's an Adam and Eve catalog. Is what that is.
Forbidden fruits are the sweetest.
What's that?
Forbidden fruits are the sweetest. Quote unquote.
Never been into fruits.
I love
Really,
like,
Don? You don't say. How'd you lose all that weight again?
You don't like tasty
I didn't
things.
eat. I didn't eat.
Oh,
I
that's-
drank. I drank
okay,
a lot.
okay,
That's
okay.
all. You're getting off
Okay.
awfully personal, John.
That's a good.
It hurts. It still hurts. Okay.
I'm sorry, Don. I'm so sorry.
Ooh. It mentions wizards, guys.
What's that?
It mentions wizards.
Of course it does. Of course
It's
it
won
does.
me over immediately.
Yeah.
But what stats
Wizards
does
and
that
Satan?
wizard get?
I'm in.
What stats does the wizard get? That's it doesn't
Right.
tell me.
Stats.
Right. What kind of spells? What's their most
What are the
powerful
spells?
spell?
What are your
Yeah.
starting spells?
Right, you have to know the starting ones, and then you have to know the more powerful ones.
I need to
right?
know
'Cause you
what
have
I
to
get-
build up your skill
I
tree to get
I do, and I need to know my levels.
Have
I
we
need to know
lost
to put
you?
the points in the right part of the tree.
Have we lost you, John?
Something about wizards.
You look a little-
The
you look a
Washington
little
Wizards, like
confused.
basketball. What do we got going on here?
Yeah, that's one of the
Yeah,
trees.
yes,
That's one of the
that's-
branches of the wizard.
Oh, you get
class
drafted
tree.
by the wizards. And you're-
It's basketball.
That's the lowest rung. You get drafted by the wizards.
It's a really bad tree. Like they put it on there and you think it's going to be cool, and then you're like, let's do it. And you're like, this is terrible. This sucks. Why did I choose this? I should have just picked the fireball path. What am I doing?
All right, now I'm lost.
Okay, that's perfect. That's
I do D&D,
right.
Nice.
and I'm
that-
I'm deep right now in my Dungeon Master books.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. We're talking
Hacking
about
shit.
D&D again.
Sorry,
That's
You
another
gotta
thing.
study.
God,
You
I
gotta
have to
study,
stop
yeah.
swearing.
that?
Anyway, I'm trying to make it seem cool. I think that's really what it is. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to be like, Dungeons and Dragons, it's cool. We swear and stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes we smoke.
yeah, you and
Whoa.
your sports
Getting
team.
crazy here.
Yeah, sometimes we drink craft beers. Well,
Which actually,
Well,
a lot of these sports anymore, they're becoming more and more like D&D.
they are because of fantasy football.
Of fantasy football.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've
Yes.
merged
True.
the two. The nerds and the jocks have come together.
My boyfriend
To
cannot
create-
stop from making a nerd voice anytime I bring up like, hey, you could play Dungeons and Dragons with me, and he's like, oh, so I can be like, oh, let me roll on my elf wizard, and then I'm like, shut up, you're in a football fantasy league with your brothers, and you sit there talking about the stats of all the players
Right.
and who's
And
gonna
what's the
and
difference?
trading
Okay,
them like trading cards.
So
You're
maybe
basically
they get
Magic
their
the Gathering.
stats from playing games. You get yours from rolling dice. What's the difference?
What is the difference? It's all a fantasy at the end of the day. I'm
Exactly.
never going to get
Yeah.
wizard powers. You're never going to get to own a
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
okay?
You're never going to get to own a team or probably
Play.
play.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, you can play outside maybe by yourself. You can play with your balls by yourself, but you can't.
Yeah, you
But at
can't
least
do
I'm
can't play
rolling
with a
dice.
team
I think
ball.
my sport is slightly more athletic because at least you got to have a good
You gotta have a good wrist.
wrist
Yeah.
for it. See, that's where
Yeah.
all the whatever
got-
comes in handy.
Which
It
which
comes in
again,
handy, all those
that brings us back to
versions.
football. You got to put that
Nice.
twist on it. You got to get that spiral.
I mean, this is
the
what
same as
fantasy
rolling the
football
dice.
is. Fantasy football is just.
They've got to merge the two. There's not enough
Oh,
tackling
I
in
heard they're going
D&D.
to trade him.
That's what we. Well, I don't know. Some of
I
them
don't know.
get pretty into
I
it.
think
Yeah?
we should draft him, but I think the other people are going to.
Well,
take him.
years ago, there were people getting killed over D&D games.
Really?
Because they'd go in there with their they'd have their weapons. They'd
Are you
be
talking
ready
about
to go.
LARPing?
Well, no, the
I
actual
will
D&D.
not
There were
talk
people that
about
were.
LARPing.
What's that?
I will not talk about
It
LARPing.
sounds like you want to talk about LARPing.
That's where I'm going to draw the line.
So you draw the line. You don't LARP.
I
You are
haven't-
anti-LARP.
I am not anti anything, to be honest. I'm a complete anarchist, but I would be. It is a valid use of Nerf paraphernalia. I will say that Nerf actually does, in fact.
That's a show title. A valid use of Nerf paraphernalia.
Yeah, they have Nerf like bat-like type things, so it's like Nerf swords and axes. So if you want to like live action your Dungeons and Dragons, you can be like, I hit you. I mean, see, I'm doing the voice too. I hit
doing
you
it again.
with my two-handed axe.
This is LARP shaming. This is unbelievable.
12,
Yeah.
damn it.
We went from. You didn't know what you were getting into, did you, John?
No, this is great.
We're going to talk
Magic
jokes and
missile.
sports. Nope, D&D and LARPing.
It's
Welcome
My
aboard.
2 favorite things. I forgot to bring my cloak.
I
It's still at
think
the
isn't
cleaners.
every
We should have brought Mike Shea in too, because he LARPs
Yeah.
as a pirate every
Yeah.
summer.
I would
Oh, that
I
sounds
would
about
love
right.
What's
I
that?
would love
That
to
sounds
do
about right.
Yeah.
I would love to do some light one of
Light
the light
LARPing?
RPG. Yeah.
Let's do some light LARPing.
It'd be
I don't
great
want to
for
go
audio.
full blown LARP, but a little bit of light LARPing.
I mean, I did play World of Darkness. I did play Vampire the Masquerade. Was early on. My 8th grade boyfriend was into that. He's the one who got me into it. By the way, it's
You
always
still
an 8th
haven't
grade.
gotten over it, apparently. Yeesh.
No, you get a taste. It's like your first love, kind of like spoils you for the rest of your life.
I
Like,
don't know what love is, so yeah, sure, let's go with that.
I mean, I don't know if I know.
well, we're
what it is.
comics, none of us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Dead on
that's
the
true.
inside.
We have a hole where a soul should be,
Right.
most likely. But that first love, and then you're like, this is what
Well, we
relationships
didn't
are.
originally have it there. We put it there and got rid of it. That's-
Yeah, we were like, ew, feelings and stuff, and then you
Yeah, we
scoop
can't-
it out
we
with a
can't
melon
do this.
molar
Yeah.
and throw it at somebody.
Metaphorically, right?
No.
Oh,
What?
God.
No. That's,
What are you?
we're-
That's how you're.
how do you think I lost the weight?
Metaphor. Yeah.
I removed
on.
my soul.
Come on. How do you think I stay so thin?
I think it's
Your
page.
soul keeps trying to grow back. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
No.
I think it's page 87 actually. If you open up the book.
We should open up the book.
Yes,
on
yes.
87.
We should consult
should-
the Satanic
okay,
Bible
so
for this.
it's okay.
Make sure.
This is what I opened up to. The 18th Nokian key opens the gates of hell and casts up Lucifer and his blessing.
Hail
Nice.
Satan.
Hashtag blessed. I got the 18th Nokian key, guys. Hashtag blessed.
Right.
That's
exactly.
where they went.
That's
it was
where
the
they are,
Nokian
right there.
key. He just needs to hail Satan a little
yes.
harder.
Yeah, well, and he's bored. He's bored in the what was it, Bath and Body
Bath
Works?
and Body Works.
Yeah.
Few people know.
That's close to the doors to hell.
It is. Every single Bath and Body Works is in fact a mini gate to hell.
Just a mini portal.
That's
Yeah.
that's why they have so much sense because they have to
You
cover
have
up that
to, you have to
sulfuric.
cover up the exactly.
Yes.
That makes total sense.
Yes.
I got it, man.
And it explains like why. Like, do you ever notice like how aggressive they are? It's because either they want to drive you out or they are actually minions of hell who want to draw you in.
Now this
Like their
is
sales pitch.
this is Bath and Body Works, not to be confused with Bed Bath and the Great Beyond.
That is correct. that is some
You look totally lost, John. I
I'm
love
having a-
watching
I'm
your
having a great
facial
time.
reactions.
He's
I'm having a great
he's
time.
still on satanic basketball. He's just imagining.
I'm
he's
still trying to
I'll
imagining-
fill
Latin.
you in because this is great. In Waukesha, Wisconsin, there
Yes.
was a security guard
Who handcuffed himself
at a Bath and Body Works. He was
at a Bath
bored.
and Body Works.
Really?
He was bored.
That's civil disobedience at its finest right there.
Had to
Just-
call the police so that they could let him out of his handcuffs. And then, as an extra measure, because he knew himself very
Those
well. That's
tasty
well, you have to
handcuffs.
know your limitations and your abilities. And this young man did because he hid the handcuffs, knowing he would be tempted later on to handcuff himself again,
Yes.
knowing that he didn't have the keys.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really think he was just craving the interaction with another human being. It was 2 a.m. at a
Yeah.
Bath and Body Works. I'm sure there was not a lot
Well,
going
when you're so
on.
close in proximity to the gates of hell, a little bit of madness sets in.
That's true.
They
That's
don't warn
true,
you
yeah.
that when they hire you. They're like,
Well, yeah, I don't think most new hires get to even see the portals and the gates.
No.
until at least
no, you just
till
go
at
in the
least
break
they're
room
90
one
days.
day. You go in the
Yeah, it's
back
like,
to get
yeah.
something out of the storage. and you're like,
Scientology.
wait,
Right,
There's
exactly.
levels to it. You gotta,
what's this glowing portal? and they're
Yep.
like,
Which
"Go look
actually,
at it."
Scientology is pretty close to the Satanic Bible, I think.
oh yeah, no
It's-
doubt.
It's pretty close. It's more for like the sci-fi crowd. I mean, this is the Dungeons and Dragons crowd. So
right.
it just
that
depends
makes
on
sense.
like
Yeah,
what
if
flavor.
you're
Two
you're
sides
into
of the
into.
same coin,
sci-fi or if
that's-
you're into fantasy.
If you like
yeah.
terrible soft rock, Christianity, obviously.
Terrible soft rock. That's not crazy now.
Isn't tonight the GMAs
Hey,
like the
Dwight.
Gospel
you
Music
doing?
Awards or something?
Are
What
they?
are we
I
doing
don't-
here?
Actually, Dwight would know.
What's that?
What are we doing here? The gospel
Yeah.
music awards are running. We're hanging out here.
The GMA.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw an article about it just a few minutes ago.
What?
The GMAs,
Oh.
Gospel Music Awards.
I'm sure Dwight's praise band is up for it. I'm
Should
sure
be.
I'm sure yours is actually great. I'm sure they're like all like what's the name of that movie with Whoopi Goldberg and the nuns?
Oh, Sister Act.
Sister Act.
Yeah.
I bet you're like sister acting it up in your modern worship, your contemporary worship service. I bet you take like modern hits, you like take some Lizzo.
Oh, yeah, they're
you
hip
mix
now.
up like the
Yeah.
lyrics because like loving yourself, but it's like Jesus loves you also.
Right.
Love
Right.
yourself, but also Jesus.
Well, you love yourself as much as Jesus would.
Yeah, exactly. Which is all the way.
Because what would Jesus do, and how much would he love me? Read another verse.
He would. You want me to,
I need to
okay.
cleanse my palate.
Okay.
Read another verse.
Some evidence of a new satanic age. Let's
You're right,
see.
John.
I'm waiting for this verse, man. On
I
on
like
the edge
gluttony is simply eating more than you need to keep yourself alive. When you have overeaten to the point of obesity, see, this is relevant to our interests.
Yeah.
Another sin, pride, will motivate you to regain an appearance that will renew your respect. Oh, that's actually kind of deep. That's deep. That's like there's a dependency
here. Hemingway over here.
between all the sins. I've actually thought upon this, even when I was a churchy church.
A churchy church.
A churchy church. I actually,
That's before the witch course.
I mean, yeah, you dabble. You
Well,
know,
yeah.
and then
Everybody
you're like,
dabbles.
this major isn't for me. You took an intro class and you got really hooked on it, and then you got took a few more classes, and then you were like, this is not, never mind,
yeah.
I'm out.
Well, yeah. And the thing is, when you
It's that
first start out,
abstinence,
you got to take
anti-gluttony part. I
right.
was like, wait,
that,
what?
Yeah, that's the prereqs. That's getting the prereqs out, and that's just what turns you off to any major.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you want to actually join the major, and then they're like, oh, well, you have to take all these classes, and you're like,
Right,
no, not doing that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so witchery was more open, but I did have a thing, because there's this thing. I also studied Buddhism, and there's an idea of the middle way, and I thought about it, and I was like, the 7 deadly sins. I mean, I'm Protestant, so we don't really get into that, but culturally, I'm Catholic. So, because my family's
You're
Catholic.
So you identify as Catholic.
A Protestant
I have a little
vampire
bit- a little
Catholic
bit
witch.
mixed in there.
This
Okay.
is-
So I like that.
No,
I like that.
Not to be confused.
Like that.
Right.
Well, it feels like old school. You know what I mean? As a vampire, you want the old school stuff. You know, you
That's
want
true,
creepy
that's true,
dolls and
yeah.
stuff staring at you, knowing all your sins from their perch up on the church wall.
Now, as a
That's-
vampire, I believe
like-
I asked you this: why go after the Catholics and the Christians?
why go after them? Because
Because they're going to have a cross.
they do have a cross. I like a challenge.
Okay.
That's what I say to all of my would-be boyfriends.
Now, are you
They're
ever?
like, no, I'm not interested, and you're like, I like a challenge.
Have you ever been shunned by a Star of David or something? Does it
it's
have the
not-
same effect?
It's
or?
not as common, but I just, the thing is, I'm like, good for you. Happy Yom Kippur. Happy Yom Kippur. Good for you kicking it.
Yom Kippur's right
Have
around
we
the corner.
talked
Kicking
about
around
anything yet at all?
I had something about LeBron James dunking severed goat heads. Or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
I think we
yeah,
touched
I
upon
think.
that.
What
I think.
segment is that?
Yeah, that's fantasy basketball.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I was dipping into.
I haven't played it, but there is a video game called Blood Bowl, and it mixes
Blood ball.
Blood Bowl.
Blood bowl.
It's
okay.
football. The only sports game I've ever bought. It's football, but they're fantasy creatures. So they can do fantasy stuff, but they're still playing football. So it's like...
So you can cast spells
Yes.
and blind
it's
the
like elves
receiver or
versus
something
orcs
like that.
and stuff like
fabulous,
that. Yeah,
fabulous.
yeah, with that high fantasy.
I think it's called
Harry-
Quidditch. I don't think it's.
Well,
I know.
Orcs,
It's a bit. It's like pre-Quidditch.
orcs really don't do a lot of magic. They're just kind of the brutes.
No,
right?
they're they're more. I mean, the classic class for an orc would be, or a half orc, technically in Dungeons and Dragons. But I don't understand why there's this half orc. I feel like it's kind of racist, to be honest. But anyway,
just class
Right,
warfare
yeah, it
right
is.
here. I don't
but
know.
it's like
absolutely.
being a barbarian. They have a cool ability where if you get them down to 0 hit points, they get to pop up with 1. Like, oh, I felt faint for a second there, and then they just are
Yeah,
like, ah.
but they pop back out with 1, so they just go right back
and then
down.
they go back
It's like,
down.
Yeah,
That's actually
not
how it's
really-
happened in the last campaign I played. He pop back up. He's like, "Oh, that's right, I'm a half orc." Ah!
And I'm
then
dead
the next person hits him, and he's like, "And I'm down again." Anyway,
happens to the best of
Yeah,
us.
because sometimes when
Yeah.
when there's a half orc out there, you just want to kill him twice. That's really.
yeah,
And I mean, I know
you
that
want to kill
that
the human
sounds a little
side
bigoted.
and the orc side. They're both kind of
right,
a-holes.
right.
Yeah. You're like, no, I hate everybody equally. I want to kill both sides of you, so I can kill both of them.
I know you're loving this.
It is just killing me.
I'm so sorry.
Aren't you
man.
glad you came on the
I'm
show?
learning a lot, man.
If anyone wants to play Dungeons and Dragons,
Right, we got you. We got you covered.
I'll go
Just
get my
know
cloak out
that-
of the dry cleaners, and I'll be there.
Do you
in a
have
See,
such a
second.
actually,
cloak?
I
Absolutely not.
No, I have a
I
cloak
played
closet.
Dungeons and Dragons one time in high school.
You got
and
kicked out.
they kicked me out.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
I did not
Be
take
too cool?
anything seriously.
No, he
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
take
of
it
course not.
seriously. He
Yeah.
was
And
a
I started
joker.
right off the bat. I named my character as a dwarf. I named him Fido. And they already got mad about that. It's like, really?
But that's fun.
Yeah.
I just, we'd be in a battle and I'd just pick random things to throw.
I need
Had
a
nothing,
character.
didn't do any damage. It's like, okay, let me roll that. It's like, how do you roll a one-sided die?
I created a post-apocalyptic character. I remember 8th grade boyfriend. He actually did a beautiful design of it. Yeah, it was really cool. He created this beautiful like hand-drawn character and like a sheet and everything, and it had cool like typography. Anyway, but it was called Black and Decker is what I called her in this photo, and she like lost her arm, and she had like this multi-tool arm where it had like. But
so it's like a Swiss Army girl.
Yeah, I came up, but it had like a Cuisinart. I came up like we went full.
But it was name brand.
We went full comedy with it though. It had like real things, but then it just had like random things in there. It was great.
I might have fit into that group.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Who
we
knows?
Had so
If I
much
got
fun.
into the right group, I might have been. I might still play Dungeons and Dragons now. I mean, I do play World of Warcraft, or at least I used to. I haven't done that in like a year.
They were really
a
into
lifetime ago,
DJ
right?
Spooky.
Just about,
That was the thing at the time for nerds.
What's that?
DJ Spooky. It's sort of like electronic, but it was like all the nerds I noticed, they'd be like, let's put on some DJ Spooky.
Isn't that Titus Wayne?
Probably. He should steal that name if they're not operating.
All right, we're gonna have to take.
Sorry. That was so much.
We're gonna have to take a break. It's about that time. Hey, did we give away all of our tickets, or do we still have another? We still have another set.
One more, guys.
Of Land of Delusion tickets down in Middletown. You can go get diluted or diluted. I don't know. We have one left. We have one left. Patrick threw the other one on the floor. Okay, there's the other one. We have two left. Haunted Scream, the Land of Illusion Adventure Park.
I'm scared already.
You should be. All this D&D got you really worried. So, hey, call somebody. Call 937-775-5555 if you want this last set of Land of Illusion tickets that we're giving away. We're going to go ahead and take a little break. What am I playing? From St. Mary St. Michael's new album. This is Mr. Gray again, just because I'm a fan. So we'll be back here shortly.
Promise me you'd be my anodyne. You promised me you'd be my anodyne. That I spend with you, your words are cutting deeper still, even deeper still. I hate it, but I can't seem to find my peace. And so I breathe you in like a cigarette. With every breath you're killing me, slowly killing me. But damn it, if you don't taste so sweet. You were supposed You were supposed to be my anodyne. Now I'm looking in the mirror like some modern Mr. Grey. The more I feed into your image, the more I quickly fade away. And I don't mind this hell I've crawled to. At least it's something that I know. But I can't help but feel there's more for me. If you just let me go. You were supposed to be my anodyne. Well, I need to find another anodyne. You promised me you'd be my anodyne. I need to find another anodyne.
Hey, this is Don Smith from the Life Radio Show. Do you like telling jokes? Are you the class clown? Do your friends always tell you you're funny? You want to prove them wrong? Well, nearly every Sunday, Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's Oregon District brings you Wiley's Sunday Comics. You can be the one on stage making people laugh. Or not. All you have to do is send an email to Wiley'sSundayComics@gmail.com and follow the instructions in the reply email, and you can tell jokes at Ohio's oldest comedy club.
Liar! I ought to cut your lying throat the line. I'm a cow. A big, hip, fat, nasty, buttermilk-making cow.
Open wide the gates of hell, the lower heavens beneath you. Let them serve you. Govern those who govern. Cast down such as fall. Bring forth those that increase and destroy the rotten. No place.
Okay, we're back on the Life Radio Show.
Welcome back to channel
Sorry.
666.9.
Not sure what happened there. We got
I would like to point out that the end of the Satanic Bible just ends in Yankee Rose.
that's who it was
Centerville?
written for.
Yankee Rose.
That's a dedication. It's a dedication to his
Very
lovely
big.
Yankee Rose.
This thing is great.
What's wrong?
This is
Isn't
great,
it?
guys.
Hey, speaking of Satan, we still have 2 tickets to give away to Land of Illusion.
In
yeah,
magical
call,
Middletown.
Call 775-66. For tickets. Or if there's somebody on Facebook Live, speak up.
They are literally
Or
free.
forever hold your... Yeah, they're literally free. All you have to do is drive the 60 miles to get them.
Right.
Yep.
Opportunity
Pay
cost.
me $20.
You have to go to Middletown.
No, no, totally free. Totally free. You'll never forgive yourself if you miss this opportunity to go to Land of Delusion.
Yep.
Illusion.
Yep.
Hallucination.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
Welcome back to the Life Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith, sitting in with Adrian Miller.
Hello.
Still over there reading the Satanic Bible.
Yep. Good stuff. Good
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, it gets juicy. It gets juicy.
It's juicy. It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah.
You know,
I like a
Shakespeare was
Jolly
a fan.
John Ullery is still in here, very confused.
I've never been more confused in my entire life.
Perfect. That's why we're here. Kevin Rupert, not confused. He's been through this many times.
Several times.
Yeah, absolutely,
Satan.
absolutely.
Hail
I was
Satan.
going to point out that, incidentally, the song "Mr. Gray" we just played from St. Mary, St. Michael is the inspiration for my tattoo.
Oh, lovely.
Yes,
What's your
yeah.
tattoo say again?
With every breath.
Oh, that's
Yes.
nice.
So it was.
That is
I,
nice.
I got this for the Dayton Out of the Darkness Walk for Suicide Prevention. Is actually Wiley's is a sponsor, and this was an event they held, Inked for Awareness, for mental health awareness and suicide prevention. A portion of the proceeds went to the Out of the Darkness Walk for Suicide Prevention, which is, I believe that's partially put together by Andrew Mitakaitis.
Yep.
He's very, very
Yeah,
strong
he's always
supporter of that, and he set that event up, and I went and got tatted for it,
That's awesome.
which was not very painful. I was a little disappointed. I wanted something stuck in me good.
Don
I feel like we're
Masochist Smith,
learning.
everybody.
Yeah, we're learning too much.
Yes, yeah, come on.
All right, everyone talk about your favorite fetish. Go.
That's what we're doing now, right? We're all sharing.
Yes,
We're all sharing it.
Yeah, we're not doing news stories. We're just doing how much we like pain. That's really
I like
because we're
vintage
comic.
blood.
We're definitely into pain. What's that?
I like vintage blood.
You like vintage Earl Grey, Earl Glay,
Yeah.
Brud. The Brud of Earl Glay.
On the topic of mental health and suicide, LeVay would say, just turn to pleasure. Just look
Yeah,
at
there
the
you go,
deadly
there you go.
sins.
Again, we just
they
the
check
last time we
themselves.
discussed that is actually Nike gets their slogan from the Satanic Bible.
Just do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually
Exactly,
little secret. Yeah, little known secret. But
Not a
it's-
lot of people know that. but
Yeah.
I personally think that the swoosh should be incorporated somehow into the pentagram.
Yeah. Actually, there are some conspiracy theories videos online that do that, where they're like, you see, if you align it this way
Oh, yeah.
and turn it
One
around,
of those.
it's
Yeah.
actually a pentagram.
Yes, absolutely.
It lines up perfectly.
Like Monster Energy drink. I did
Yeah.
read a long
Oh,
theory.
that video's great.
I worked on a movie years ago that was actually sponsored by Monster Energy drink. It was when they were just getting started. But
Wow.
they sent as their idea of a sponsor, and they wanted us to put a bunch of their stuff in the background of the movie. And what they sent as a sponsor was like a 12-pack of the most off-brand weird energy drink, and that's it. And then they sent a big cardboard cutout of one of their Monster Energy drink cans. Well, if you've ever looked, we were looking for ways to kind of dig at them because of that. That was their sponsorship. Well, if you ever looked at their can, it says taurine and ginseng on them. So I grabbed a Sharpie and marked it out, and it said Monster Energy drink, urine and gin. It was perfect. It's like, I know what we could do.
That's actually not far
Give
from
me
the
that
real
bit.
ingredients.
I know.
true.
That's pretty much what it tastes like to me anyway. That's what.
That is so true.
We don't need that, Pat. He pulled up the Monster Energy drink 666 Satanic Conspiracy.
Now, that's a chick
Yeah.
that has it together. She is on the ball.
What's that?
The chick in the video, she knows what she's talking about.
What chicken?
The Monster Energy chick? Oh, that chick.
Oh,
chicken?
that chicken. Okay.
That chicken really has it together.
Chicken's really
He
got
really
its crap
knows.
together.
She was pecking
That's
at
not
that
one you're gonna.
paragraph like,
That
wow.
is not a chicken you're going to see running around on any farm with its head cut off right there.
And she-
That chicken's really got her crap together.
She's really got her head on straight.
She even picked the Super Bowl correctly after that by just picking
Exactly,
at the right piece
yeah,
of corn. It was
I believe so,
perfect.
yeah.
That chicken is on my fantasy football team, and I think we're going to win this year. I really
Scored
think we're
14
going to do
touchdowns
well.
that year.
Yep. How many hit points does your chicken have? Oh, 666 hit
Exactly.
Wait, is it a rooster
in
or
your
chicken?
average chicken?
Chicken, because women power, feminism, #feminism.
Tell us about your rooster, Kevin.
Go Gamecocks. That's what I have
Yeah,
to say.
there you go. There you go.
Gamecock.
You got to have your gamecock.
That's right.
That's kind of like your game face.
Wait,
Coxman.
they're the ones who just outside Georgia this week, isn't it?
We have
What's
any other
that?
stories?
Actually, yeah.
South Carolina
I think so.
Gamecocks. They're the big winners this weekend.
Oh, well, there
Oh,
you
really?
go. Big wiener.
Yeah.
All right, we should probably.
You said big wieners? Is that what?
No, I said.
Of course not. Censored.
Big wieners.
I just randomly say stuff, Kevin. Big wieners. All right, we got to hit some news stories, or I would be remiss in my duty because this is not just this is a sacred duty that I perform here on the Life Radio Show. We're not all fun and games and World of Warcraft and D&D and fantasy football.
Yeah.
There's a serious side to the Life Radio Show.
Finally.
And
It's the news
we're
no
getting
one
it.
else
It is
will
the
cover.
News that is far too important for anyone else to cover.
Exactly.
Time to shine.
Squirrels squirreled away more than 200 walnuts under the hood of a car in Pittsburgh. Holly Persick said she smelled burning while driving her Kia on Monday. She popped the hood and discovered the critters had been storing their food for the winter, which they'd taken from a walnut tree in her yard. They stored it around the engine. The animals had also patted the hood with mounds of grass. Probably not the good kind because squirrels don't.
No.
They don't share.
Say no to drugs.
Yeah. They're
Is that like
they-
it was
Oh, they
smoky?
smoke. Squirrels smoke. You bet they do. But mostly crack because they're like all over the place. You know, that's not a good weed calm squirrel, right?
I think the squirrel that lives outside our tree, I think it totally is a weed squirrel. Because his favorite thing to do is to sit on the banister railing of our porch and just like lay out like fully sprawl out.
Okay,
belly
so that's
down.
that's
And he'll just like he'll just be like, and he'll stare at us even. Like he'll be like, "Yo,
yeah, he'll stare at
hey,
you.
what's going on?"
You gotta stop putting edibles in your bird feeder, man. What's wrong with you?
I just wanted to be happy, you know. Satanic Bible. I just wanted to indulgences, guys.
Her husband, Chris Persick, said they were everywhere, under the battery, near the radiator fan. The walnuts on the engine block were black and smelled. They were definitely roasting, he said. The couple pulled almost all of the nuts themselves. Mechanics at the local garage removed even more, enough to fill half a trash can.
Wow.
From the engine, the Persicks couldn't reach. The vehicle was otherwise undamaged, other than roasted nuts.
Wait, here's the good question. How many walnuts have to be in your car before you realize there's walnuts in the car?
Apparently half a garbage bag full.
How long are they going to sit there?
That's a lot of nuts! Sorry. Just had a enter the fist moment there.
Kung Pao.
Oh, that's what
Kung
that was.
Pao,
Did
enter
you
the
just
fist.
hear it?
That's a lot of nuts!
That's a cult classic.
That is a fantastic.
I went to see that movie in theaters when I was a kid, and it was me, my dad, and one other person in the theater. Opening day. That's how
you know it's a
premiered.
future cult classic.
Exactly. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
It's
I see
not-
Holly just joined listening. Do you know you have a CD from Mr. Stone King, Holly? I just want to make sure you know that. I'll try to get him down to Wiley's. What club?
Wally's.
What club do I own again? I'm wearing the shirt of. I don't know. Willie.
Yuck Yucks.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
from the video?
Oh, there were all kinds of them in there, including Wiley's House of Erotic Massage, which is my favorite. All right. A California reptile lover said thieves who made off with his duffel bag probably thought they were taking swag, but it was full of snakes. Brian Gundy, who breeds and sells reptiles through his business, For Goodness Snakes,
Oh, God.
Come on.
had given a presentation at Martin Luther King Library in downtown San Jose on Saturday and left his gear in the parking garage to retrieve his car. When he returned, he found the duffel bag containing 3 pythons and a lizard was gone. Do you keep your lizards in the same bag as your python?
Seems very
Come on
weird.
No good businessman does that.
Separate your lizard from your python.
Does he have like compartments in there? Like it keeps the
Yeah,
he
this
keeps
is the lizard
The
compartment.
lizards in like if
Yeah.
you're going to gym, like you might have like a bag for like your shower supplies or whatever. So
See,
you
I
just
want
have,
to
like,
see
a
if he
little
rolls the
bag.
pythons up on one of
Put the
those little
lizard in
plastic things that you do with
The hose
extension
reel.
cords.
Yeah.
Or the hose reeler. There
Yeah.
you go. Wheel in your python. That's what she's. Anyway, Gundy tells Kron TV. That sounds like
Whoa.
a supervillain.
Yeah.
That's like something you'd see on like what is it?
Marvel
Inspector
movie.
Gadget. Inspector Gadget. That's the Kron TV.
Go, Kron.
Yeah. Gundy tells KRON TV 2 snakes were later found in a dumpster, but he worries about the safety of the other reptiles.
Safety
Aw.
first.
Yes,
That's
safety
kind of a
first. Safety
sad
first.
story.
It is. It is a little bit sad. Man lost his reptiles.
Yeah.
Which
As a cold-blooded creature, I mean,
that
I would
is
say my
cold
heart,
blooded
but
right
if
there.
If I had a heart.
It is cold blooded just to steal somebody's reptiles.
Yeah. And then they're cold-blooded,
Right.
and
So
now they're
it's-
really chilly.
Yeah, it's like a double cold blooded
Dumpster.
crime. It's not
Yeah.
victimless, that's for sure. Everybody's a victim in that one. That lizard didn't want to get out of that duffel bag. It was warm and they were curled up next to
Yeah.
the snakes.
Yeah.
The pythons.
Yeah.
We have to move on to happier times.
Yeah. Find a happier story.
Yes, this one I don't usually read the headline, but this one I have to just because it says loose alligator rescued from Maryland pond. You got to watch out for them loose alligators.
Not
In
wild,
Maryland.
just loose.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. You never know.
That's pretty close to our neck of the woods.
that
kidding.
is. Yeah.
It's not like it's not a Florida story.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of loose alligators in Florida
Yeah,
too.
a lot of loose. If you're like loose alligator,
I mean,
in
you
Florida,
give them
I'd be
$10,
like,
you're going to do pretty much whatever
so
you want to do.
so a pond.
With a Florida alligator. A young alligator spotted swimming loose in a Maryland pond was captured. I don't know how you swim that way, but it just
He's just feeling.
he
Got into
was
that bird
relaxed.
feeder with the
He
edibles
was-
in. He's
Yeah.
he was
relaxed.
relaxed. Yeah. He got into the same edibles your squirrel got into.
Yeah.
Was captured in a trap by local authorities and will be kept warm for the winter at the local zoo. This is a happy story.
Yeah.
The Carroll Manor Fire Company says said state officials were contacted about the alligator spotted swimming last week in a private pond south of Adamstown in the ABC All Wildlife Removal Service. That's a great company.
Wow.
The ABC All Wildlife Removal Service. Every bit of it. All wildlife
They're like,
is
I
gone.
got it, whatever. Do you remove it? And they're
Yep.
like,
You
we're
just-
the all wildlife
You call
removal
them and you will not
service.
see another wild animal anywhere.
I
anywhere
saw it
in
here
your
once
town.
outside my
Yep. Not anymore because the All Wildlife Removal Service got a hold of them. They set traps for the reptile in the area. The wildlife trapper said a trap baited with a dead groundhog was successful in capturing the alligator
Usually
Saturday.
it's chickens.
This was a groundhog.
They love chickens.
Yeah, they preferred this one preferred the groundhog. It's a little bit more. It's one of your more exotic meats.
It's a northern gator.
Right. It's
I
a
mean-
delicacy. They can't get groundhog like that in
No,
Florida.
no.
That's the thing.
No.
They have to come up to Maryland to get the good groundhog.
That's probably how it ended up here.
Yeah.
It was like, that groundhog.
Yeah.
What was
Well,
it?
they heard about Punxsutawney, PA, so they're
Yeah,
coming. They
they're
were
making
really
their
coming
way.
up to find. Yeah. They
They're
were coming up to.
hitchhiking.
They were coming up to have old Punxsutawney Phil.
What was the name of that again?
Huh?
What was the name of that company again?
The ABC All Wildlife Removals.
Oh, thank God! So the people looking in the phone book for a wild removal company will see
It'll
that
be
one
the first
first.
one. Yep, exactly.
Yep.
That's smart thinking right there.
Smart thinking for
I'm
going
to change Wiley's to a double A comedy club
Yeah.
because Wiley's we're all the way at the end.
Rated double A comedy.
it's quadruple A because that's even better.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's how letters work.
that's how.
Yeah, heard it here first.
Exactly. Yep. Nowhere else will you get this. A Delaware couple won 6 cases of beer and 5 times the wife's weight in cash when they came out on top in the North American Wife Carrying Championship in Maine. Olivia and Jerome Roem, who dubbed themselves Team Lovebirds, finished the 278-yard obstacle course in 55.95 seconds. That's brilliant. They finished it Saturday at the Sunday River Resort. I think they were a little early. No wonder they won. They got there before everybody else.
They cheated.
The course included 2 log hurdles and a pit of muddy water known as the Widowmaker. The Roems beat 44 other couples to the finish line, earning the top prize of 6 cases of beer and 5 times Olivia's weight, only 111 pounds. I think he had the advantage. In cash, so $555. They also qualified for the World Wife Carrying Championships next year in Finland.
Whoa.
That
I was gonna
is
say
a
it's a
fantasy
Finland
sport
thing.
we need right there.
Yes.
Fantasy
Wife
wife carrying. That's
I wonder if anybody's ever married somebody specifically because they want to win that championship.
yes.
So they
she
like
weighed
find
111 pounds.
Okay, so was that guy. It was that guy.
That was his whole reasoning.
He's like, we have to legally get married so we can go to Finland, the one
Yeah.
place I've always wanted to go. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
Like he's just swiping through Tinder, just looking for petite girls. Just like this is the only
Well,
criteria.
he's at the wrong place then.
The downfall is you don't get as much money that way.
That's true. But you get the beer. And so,
Yeah.
that's a win-win.
Get the fame.
Yeah, the
Get
beer
the-
and the fame.
the
That's
bragging
the
rights.
bragging
What else do you
rights.
need?
Exactly.
You know, I can tell you as an ageless vampire who has been here, seen all. I mean, you have money, you have
Well,
fortunes,
here's the
they come
thing.
and go.
You would be perfect for that
Oh, thank you.
as a vampire because you can levitate.
That's true. Little cheaty.
It's a little cheaty.
Well,
it's a little
clearly they
cheaty. Just a
cheated.
little cheaty. But
They should have been called the cuckoos, not the lovebirds.
that's
The cuckoos.
that's
It has
I think
fuck
they
in the
all
name.
should. I think every one of them
Well, does it?
involved in that
Cuckoo?
probably should have been.
Cuckoo? Anyway, I don't know. How
Just
to
avoid
spell.
mirrors at that competition. Don't be
Yeah,
don't be an
I'll
amateur
have
now.
to avoid mirrors, crucifixes. Clearly, if they have garlic bread on sale, I'm going to be like, no, I'm not doing that for my carb loading.
And the race has to be at night.
That too.
Right.
I'm going to have to make some. They have to make some accommodations for
Yeah,
my special
yeah.
disabilities.
And these days they will. They will.
Yeah, they would. I
If
would
you
be like,
if you
it's
push
a-
them hard enough, threaten with a lawsuit, they will definitely accommodate just
Yeah.
about any request.
I
you
think
make.
it'd be
Yeah.
more exciting at night. You could
It
have
will,
like laser
yeah.
shows.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to see where the mud pit starts, and you're going to go
Exactly.
diving wife first into the Widowmaker.
You're gonna American Ninja this. Like you're gonna have the like robotic.
I think
legs.
diving wife first into the Widowmaker is a good title too.
For some people, that was their plan the entire time. They're like, honey, we're going to enter this. No, it's going to be great.
Yep. 2 spouses enter, only one.
Exactly.
What did I say? Wife first.
Into the muddy.
Into the Widowmaker.
Widowmaker. There it is.
Oh, that's.
What if like one dude shows up with an urn? You know, he's like, "Is this technically? Does this
qualify? Till death do them part.
That's right.
Yeah,
okay,
they have to separate.
Oh,
It's
I'm thinking another
bylaws.
good candidate would be Wendy Ferguson.
Yes.
Oh God.
She needs to put that in her Twitter bio.
Yeah, that should be.
It needs to be like,
yeah.
are you looking to win?
Yeah,
Finland
yeah.
Championship.
Yep, looking for winners only.
Exactly.
You will win
I'm a
$9
winner,
in a
you're
case
a
of
winner.
beer.
Winnersonly.com.
We will all be winners.
A Tennessee police. Speaking of wieners, a Tennessee police officer was arrested and relieved of duty after he allegedly assaulted a woman over a hot dog.
Okay.
Yeah, Ralph Confer of the Memphis Police Department was on duty at Regional 1 Health Medical Center on September 20th, a day during which employees were holding a cookout in the police holding area, because that's where everybody likes to have their cookouts.
Yeah, right with the
Exactly.
cops.
Exactly. A medical technician who was also on duty asked if she could have a hot dog from the barbecue, and one employee told her that she could. Confer, however, told the woman she could not have a hot dog. WREG reported she left but came back later and asked a second person if she could have a hot dog, who said yes, who was told yes by that employee. But when Confer saw the woman fixing herself a plate, the police officer allegedly walked up to her and slapped the hot dog bun out of her hand, telling the woman she couldn't have any food and had to leave through the back door.
What?
Well,
Yeah, couldn't even use the front door.
And
She had to leave by the. She was hot dog shamed.
Yeah.
That is harsh.
It's a low level there.
There's clearly
That's a good old Tennessee hot dog shaming right there.
There's like a whole sitcom story here that we're not privy to. This feels like the end of a long episode of a series of escapades and pranks gone wrong. And then this is the only news story, and we're like, what a D-bag. Like, smacking a hot dog out of a woman's hand and then being like, leave through the back door.
She didn't even make it to the hot dog. It was just the bun. He slapped her bun.
Slapped
He
her buns.
slapped her bun out of
That's
her,
where
off of her plate.
the assault part
I'd
comes
love
in.
this.
It is.
I'd love to hear that in the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent. Don't you dare touch that hot dog.
Yeah.
You have the right to an attorney.
Yeah. I will slap the buns right off your plate.
I feel like there's an innuendo. Wieners and back doors.
Yes.
Clearly.
Well, he slapped her on the bun, said you got to go through the back.
That's why I'm like, it's a sitcom episode.
maybe she was training for the wife carrying championships. I don't know.
Right.
Bulking up.
And that,
Maybe they were married.
That's the part of the story we don't know. That was her husband.
Exactly.
He was in
Yeah.
it to win it.
He's doing
Yeah,
her a
he's
favor.
like-
Yeah, no
You
hot
need-
dogs, because that's going to go right to your
Keister.
Yeah, right
Right to
to
your
your buns.
Your buns are going to go to your buns.
Yep, we're taking it through the back door, honey.
Low carb,
That-
baby.
Oh man,
Potential show title, you think?
Front doors
Taking
for
it through the
winners.
back door.
Back doors for wieners. No innuendo.
the walk of hot dog shame, right there. The wiener shame
Exactly.
walk. That's
Happens to the best of us.
It does. 2 Arkansas siblings. That's really all I need to say.
Yeah.
in this story.
Already-
I've
'Cause
already
you can
pictured
pretty
the-
much guess the rest. Anybody
All right, I'm going overweight, fight at Ponderosa.
close?
Did they steal from a Ponderosa?
No.
Also Ponderosa. I don't know.
No Ponderosa involved, actually.
What?
A meth sandwich.
Meth sandwich.
2
Okay.
Arkansas siblings were arrested on drug charges during the weekend after the sister claimed her brother fed her a meth sandwich. Elizabeth Catlett,
Okay.
great name, 29, was pulled over on Sunday in Hot Springs, a city roughly 55 miles southwest of Little Rock. Back to crack. For driving without her headlights on. Or anything else. No. Her brother, 33-year-old Don Furr, was a passenger.
That can't be real.
Fur and Catlett.
That's not a real
Cat
name.
Fur.
These can't be real people.
Don Furr was a passenger in the vehicle. The police officer who pulled her over said he smelled marijuana in the car and observed Catlett moving about the vehicle in a quick, nervous manner. KATV reported. There's another cat. There's another cat. Catlett said her car didn't contain any drugs, but when another officer arrived on the scene and a body check of Catlett was conducted, police said they found small plastic bags and a cut straw in her front pocket and alleged residue of methamphetamine. It gets better. The 29-year-old told police someone else placed the bags there. Investigators asked her brother, Fur, if there was anything illegal in the car, to which he reportedly replied, and I quote, "If there's anything in the car, it would be in the console, and it would be ice." If. I'm not saying there is. But if it was there, that's where I'd have put it.
Wow. It's like I'll be so obvious that they'll think I'm joking.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, it's like I read of this thing called reverse psychology.
Yeah, they're not going to believe it. They're just going to let us go.
I tell them where it is, then they don't need to go looking for it.
Yeah.
It's like, no one would be too dumb to do that. That's why I'm smart, Catlet.
Yeah, no one's going to tell them exactly where it is and what it is.
I expect more out of Don Fur.
Yep, Don Fur.
Is it?
And Elizabeth Catlett.
The cat around furs. Like a cat.
Yep. Oh, we didn't give away our last pickets of Land of Collision.
Pickets
Anybody want Land of Collision?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay, they're yours. No. Anybody? Going once, going twice, going over here. Okay.
If no one else is
Rupert's got them.
Finally, a Phil Collins fan.
They are yours, my friend. All right.
Thanks, man.
Mr. Stone King CD. We still have more of those.
Amazing Middletown.
Amazing Middletown. All right. Well, let's go ahead. We're done. You got any shows coming up? I know Rupert Thursday.
Yeah.
The Barrel at 857 West Central in Springboro.
That's right. Barrel of Laughs.
Fantastic show down there.
Ray Hensley's headlining. It's going to be awesome. Free admission. So
Ray Hensley's headlining. I bet it'll still be an okay show.
It'll balance out.
Just kidding, Ray. We love you.
It'll balance out because I'm on the show too. So
John's on the show.
So Ray will have to step up his game to cover that.
I don't think he's ready.
What's that?
I don't think he's that ready.
No, he's not. He's not going to step it up that high. No, it's going to be a great show. Barrel's always a great show to do down there. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely. John, you got any shows coming up?
That one.
You're on that one too.
Yeah. And also,
how did that work out?
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, strange.
Just doing the plug here. That's all why I'm here today. Then what? Billy's on 11:13.
Yeah, Billy's on 11:13.
I believe I'm on 11:20.
11:20.
I'm on 11:20. Billy's. Yeah.
Yep.
Adrian, do you got anything coming up?
Yeah, this Friday I am performing at the Hub in the OTR of Cincinnati.
Nice. Awesome.
8 o'clock.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for coming in, guys. Adrian, fantastic job as always as guest co-host.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
I'm still confused.
John is going to leave here as confused as he's been this whole time, which is part of the goal.
I was going to say, typical for the life. Life is confusing.
Life is a confusing mess of weird news stories and meth sandwiches.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that make you go, huh?
Yeah. Did I just eat a meth sandwich or did something weird happen? All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll do it again eventually. Patrick, get us the hell out of here. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at WWSU1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
Yep, how many hit points does your chicken have?